Hello. Let me start by saying that it was a huge honor for me to be asked to um, record a couple of thoughts and memories related to David McQuaid Mason. I'm really very happy to do that. Uh, Let me start by saying that for me, David is an excellent example of a clinical legal scholar, uh, academician who is devoted to values of social justice and high quality education. Um, and as such person, David is somewhat of a role model for me. This, I think, can be quite well illustrated by two situations which were really important for me in the beginnings of my academic career as a teacher. One of the moments was when I think it was a conference session where we were discussing moot courts and simulations and how to use them in law teaching. Um, and some of our colleagues were uh, bringing up the issue of or the difficulties of going through with moot court simulations in a bigger classroom settings with 30 or 40 students. And I was really excited when David mentioned that he did a moot court with 10,000 people in a football stadium. And he explained how he used the problem of the so-called problem of three sailors, and how he divided the 10,000 participants at the football stadium, more than 10,000 participants at the football stadium, into groups of three, and how they discussed, how they shared some of their results and arguments. And I think that this very well illustrates what the engaging legal education should be about engaging everybody and making everyone think about the arguments, the principles, the justice. And this is what is really valuable about the methods that can really involve and include everybody. So this was great, and I think the great lesson that comes from this is that in any setting there is always a way of engaging everyone, regardless of how many people are participating in that particular activity. So that was great, and it showed me that the obstacles are in our minds, but if we really think carefully about what we want to achieve, we may overcome them very easily. And the second memory is again a very nice teaching activity that David demonstrated, which is related to teaching about rule of law and the nature of the rules and what is justice. And it started by David, dropping some sweets on the floor, and people were just asked to collect some of them. And then David made up some silly rules about how they should be distributed, and we played some silly games. And in the end, he was asking, do you think this is fair? Do you think these are the rules that should be used? And we were supposed to come up with arguments about what is fair, why those particular rules were not fair. And I think, it demonstrates another really important thing in justice education, and that is uh, the value of personal experience. So if you personally experience injustice, it really changes your perspective, and it's not some distant thing that happens to someone else, but it's really something that that could happen to you or did happen to you, and really makes you want to change that. And I think that this is, if we should distill David's life story, it's about changing the society. It's about changing how justice works in our society. And I think that it's awesome to see that actually one person, how much change they can bring into such a big country, such as South Africa. So if this could be done uh, in such a big country, again, it brings me hope for Czech Republic, which is my legal environment, that we shouldn't worry too much. And if we really want to change something in the society, we should start with ourselves. And if we really want to we can achieve that change. So that's a big motivation for me to continue the efforts and really try to be the change that I want to see in the world. So, on multiple occasions, David demonstrated that, and in that way, he shaped who I am as a law teacher, and that's what I'm really, really thankful for. Although I cannot end this video without mentioning that David is a wonderful person of so many different characteristics, which are wonderful. And I guess that everybody can really link David to his wonderful, colorful shirts that he wears, or other very nice and interesting pieces of clothing, but at the same time, really being kind and promoting cross-cultural understanding and being respectful, but at the same time purposeful. I think this is really great, and there are so many values that I have experienced in day-to-day contact with David during the Gage conferences or many other occasions where we met. So. Um, this for me is something that really stands out in my experience, and I'm really happy that I had the opportunity to meet David number of times, and I hope I will have many more opportunities in the future to continue with that. Thank you.